All right, guys, welcome back to What is in My Cellar Wednesday. We have a really special review today. It is going to be from Founders, and it is the critically acclaimed CBS 2018 version in the Big Bomber. Guys, I think they're going to be releasing this really soon, within the next couple weeks. I'm super stoked to try this one again. And more importantly, how has this bottle aged for 5 years? So this was bottled on 10/9/18. Today is nearly October 31st, time of recording. So you do the math. I mean, it's 5 years old plus, guys. So 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. So I don't need to go into detail. You guys all know CBS. You've heard about it. You've read about it. You've tasted it. How has this aged for 5 years? I don't know. So I wanted to break this one down. It's my last bomber from that time period. I don't have any more. My brother-in-law is coming over to watch the Lions tonight. I need to split this with him. So I thought it was a golden opportunity to review this beer with you guys. Let's see how this has aged. 5 years in this awesome bomber. Good pop off the top. And you're crazy if you can drink this whole thing alone. I'm sorry. I cannot and I will not. So I will be gladly splitting it. So as I pour, got some good darkness coming out. A little bit of that burnt cola, if you will, and we have a charred mocha head sitting on the top, and it looks beautiful. That's actually a great head sitting on the top there. Pretty foamy and fluffy for being 5 years aged. I'm sure it will dissipate slowly, as this is 11.6% ABV. But I do remember CBS, like way back in the day, the original releases being kind of thicker than maybe the more modern times now. I don't know if that's true. Maybe you guys can verify. Maybe the palate's just changed. I don't know. But this one's still a great beer, but typically more on the thin side compared to some bourbon barrel-aged beers nowadays. But looks great in the glass. I don't need to go into great detail. We want to know what it tastes like, guys, so let's go to an aroma too. Still has a bit of barrel on it, like a little bit of oaky sweetness. It's got a little bit of like cocoa dust, cocoa powder, a little bit of like milk chocolate duds. There is, again, that like syrupy sweetness hanging on, although I think it's slightly faded. It's kind of integrated itself within some of the coffee perception in this beer. I think it's still got a little bit of like milky, malty goodness in here as well. It's just got a little bit of sweetness and roughage underneath on that body there. It has a very nice aroma to it for being as old as it is. Still smells on the sweeter end of the spectrum. That beautiful sweetness we like to get in CBS. Still kind of apparent in the sniffer, guys. But espresso notes, a little bit of charred woodiness. Again, cocoa dusted raisin almost for a little bit. We'll see. We'll dive in, guys. It still smells really great out of here for 5 years age. So let's dive in. CBS 2018. Cheers. Wow. So that's very smooth. There is a little bit of alcohol warming, a little bit of maple sweetness that's integrated itself into that barrel. It's really kind of just matured and smoothed out. It's actually really freaking tasty, man. The sweetness I thought would kind of fade into the barrel, or maybe the barrel would absorb it a little bit. But it's still got that milky, good sweetness. It's got that soft espresso charred note, dark chocolates, a little bit of that bitterness coming off, coupled with that espresso bitterness as well. Just like this mocha, velvety goodness, still showing itself with age. I mean, I'm excited to let this open up and sit for a little bit, because it's already delicious for being this age. It's so good. A little bit of chewy cherry, chewy dark raisin in here, just underneath the coffee, underneath this like fudgy kind of chocolate. It's not like super fudgy. I feel like some of the chocolate's faded a little bit, but it has this little sweet fudginess to it, and I think it's from that maple syrup kind of integrated into the chocolates itself. And then I guess the sweetness is just rounded out really nicely by that soft woody touch of that barrel. It's blended together in stellar fashion, man. It's just really tasty. And again, still velvety, still soft, still desserty, yet you still get those dry roasty notes that you get on KBS and CBS. Those notes still abundant, but honestly, the maple syrup has held, man. It's held up really well in that 5-year aging. And I think it's just put a better accent into the barrel and into the chocolate. It's just a more mature velvety taste. Soft mouthfeel, a little bit of zippiness. Again, kind of that alcohol ethanol thing, but it is so smooth. There's a little bit of alcohol detection in the chest, but again, the chocolate, this coffee, the cocoa dust, the cocoa, powder has kind of just all woven itself into that barrel, and it's just offsetting all possible negative notes from alcohol warming. It's gone, and again, this thing has just matured in the bottle, guys, and it's just gotten better. Now, I guess I shouldn't say it's gotten better, but it's way better than I thought it would be aged. I like fresher bourbon barrel aged beers, but this is actually still a freaking delightful treat, guys. I'm not going to just keep harping on it. I'm still burping up some of that like oaky cherry wood. Everything is just still on point, man. It's a great beer. Still on the sweeter side. Pretty good mouthfeel, still a little bit lighter, but it's still got some chewy, syrupy qualities to it. No pun intended. It's still a freaking fantastic beer aged for 5 years. This is a damn treat. I'm glad I held this one, and I'm really excited to share this one with my brother-in-law tonight. I think he's really going to like this. Guys, this is going to be a 4.7 out of 5 for me. I think it's just stellar. And I think the coffee and the maple syrup and the chocolates have just matured and really just enhanced each other in this bottle, thus this glass. So that's where I'm going to sit today. It was the 2018 CBS. I'm excited to try the new one that comes out. Keep a lookout for it, guys. It's been another episode of Pour Michigan Reviews. Cheers.